What's up, folks? So I got a request to make something like a tier list for the builds in season 36, and I think I can show you like the easiest sets to do in some of the classes in my opinion, because like let's be real, Natalia is the strongest DH, yeah, but you should never follow any advice I give on Natalia because bro, I'm just a disgrace on it, so I'm not even gonna try to make a guide on Natalia. But that's why I'm not sure if I'm gonna do every single class, but I mean, I'm gonna be able to do some guys like, well, maybe Barb I can do it. I mean, obviously a Khan will be like the very next one because it is really easy as well. So there will be some, And since we didn't get a PTR to show it to you live, I thought I could react to my clears in season 30 to show you what I was thinking at the time and like give you some playstyle tips, some tricks as well. So yeah, and right out the bat, yeah, we're reaction content creators now, bro. It's so over. It is actually so over. So first things first, as I said in my season 33 guide, you first need to stack this thingy up to 300. Doing Siphon Blood, like I think this one I was just holding down Siphon Blood. You shouldn't do that. You just like tap it really fast, so it's gonna fill up faster. You do this because your Sim's gonna get more life, and then I mean, yeah, you do this first, and then you cast Sims because your Sim's gonna have more life. And doing this will be really hard on Tragoul, at least. It will be really hard to for your Sims to die. So that's the first step. So I got the 300, did the thingy. So let's go. This was an interesting clear to say the least. Like, this is a really empty battlefield. Yeah, it's a dream rift, believe it or not. But finally found a few mobs, a little bit more. Okay, this is starting to look playable. But the thing is, like, and I have like 2k gons. Phase Beast is kinda rough to play, bro. It's not a, oh, it's so comfy, I can just stand still and no, you kinda need to move around a bit. I should have looked for another rift probably, but I mean, I got the clear, so who cares. So yeah, I'll show you the gear and like the stuff you need later, but I mean, I think you noticed by now we're using Ring of Fire, right? I'm not sure if this is the best way to do it, but I mean, it was really good, dude. I know we have like the Blood Tide Blade gem as well, but Ring of Fire can actually like do some damage, dude. So to get the Ring of Fire, you need to kill 100 mobs, and don't worry, if you did play the kill streak season, like this thing, like if you get a Feuds of Misery or something, it doesn't really matter because we have a lot more time to continue the streak, so to say. Yeah, 79 kills, and I found like two elites, right? The yellow and the blue here. Essentially, since we are like gonna kill the bosses, we are gonna use Stricken. We don't have angels to kill the boss anymore. So we're going back to that old setup in season 33 where we need to target the elites because of, well, the funerary pick bonus and Stricken bonus as well. So try to tag an elite and then like do your damage rotation thingy, which is, if you don't know, and I'll show it again when I show gear and stuff, you stun on physical, you bone armor on physical, and just hold down Siphon Blood. Because of your gear, we'll spam, not spam, but you're gonna get like some auto cast Blood Novas from your sim, so your rotation is just physical, and since Necro only has 3 elements, you're gonna do the rotations a lot. But try to get a lot of mobs around you, because if you don't have mobs around you, you're not gonna do any damage. That's why boss fight sucks. And you will see, like, I got one of the best case scenarios and it was still like dog shit. But let's keep on. So I noticed that I'm getting closer to Ring of Fire, right? The optimal, like, best case scenario would be to get 99 kills after you spawn the Ring of Fire. So you get one, it will reset. It will go all the way up to 99 kills again, and then like you group up everything one more time. You kill one mob and get a Ring of Fire, and that keeps the chain going. Like, obviously that's not gonna happen every single time, but you try to get as close to like the next Ring of Fire as possible. So 93 procced because Phase Beast and 2 elites, actually 3 now I think. And once you get the Ring of Fire, like if you think, let's say you're at 95 or something, like try to stay in the middle of the pack or like where the elites are, because well, you're gonna get the more progress if you kill the elites. It's not possible to kill a yellow with a single Ring of Fire. I think two you can kill, I'm not really sure, but you can kill blues on Ring of Fire. So I mean, worst case scenario, I'm just gonna target the yellow and try to damage him, but yeah, the blues, and I think there's another yellow here, I'm not sure, but the blues most likely will be, if not dead, they will be close to dead. So let's see. Ring of Fire, I'm standing in the middle. Like, if they're all the way here, try to be like up to this side so like they can follow you and get into the Ring of Fire. But once they're in, just like stand in the middle and DPS them. And I got the blue and I got a yellow. This guy's a jug. And he's like 40%, so I thought, okay, it's gonna take too long for me to kite this guy. This map is empty, I'm just skipping this. So I got a shield, insta-take. I don't know if that was the best case scenario, but I mean, this riff isn't that good anyways. But here we find something interesting. Illum maggots, bro. For this season, dude, Illum maggots are kinda nice, not gonna lie. If you don't know, they have a cap on like how many summons they can do, but the Illus don't. So if you damage them enough, they will start eluing, and then the Illus are gonna spawn the maggots, and then because the maggots are so easy to kill and we're playing the Ring of Fire, it's like easy Rings of Fire, dude. It's so easy. So yeah, you gather everything, try to damage a little bit. This guy is already eluing, and I try to target the yellow just to like try to do a little bit of damage. 99, got the kill. Yellow followed, perfect. Ring of Fire is doing damage. Target the yellow, or try to target the yellow. Already 750 kills. The Illus are doing the thingy. 70, 80 kills already. 90. 98. And this guy is also Illus, so he gave me another Ring of Fire. So I was able to kill a yellow. And I got the blue and the other yellows also. So let's see, it's 3 minutes and 34 seconds into the video and I'm at 66%. Yeah, season's kind of busted, dude. Season is kind of busted, and yeah, not even halfway into the Ring of Fire stack. So yeah, the stacks we got this season, and by this season I mean season 35. Like, you have a lot more time, so don't worry. Not even Fields of Misery can kill your run, maybe. I'm not really sure. Unless you're playing like a really slow build, but it's gonna be hard anyways. So I got a shield, right? The thing is, I'm using manual casting curses. I'm not using Aura of Frailty. This is good because if you take shield and you don't have like, and you don't manual nova, you don't sim, you don't use the blood rush thingy, like, you're gonna lose this stack right here. This is the Iron Rose stack, if I remember correctly. You need to lose life to do more damage, but if you have a shield, and this is where the second thing I was gonna say, like, if you have a shield and channeling, after a minute, it's actually over. This is gonna drop and there's nothing you can do about it. So if you only have shield, it's not a problem. You can either just manual nova, or if you are using, let's say, early grave, you can just use this. But yeah, if you have shield, like, be aware, like, a minute after you take it, and if you don't do these thingies, it's gonna start to drop, so you do need to manual nova and do your stuff like that. But, okay, so I got it, but since I have early grave, it's not a big deal. Try to get more mobs and more elites. 68 kills, 69. Just doing the DPS thingy. 91. Try to get a little bit more mobs just to be extra safe, to be closer to the next Ring of Fire. Then I start DPSing again. Wormhole, of course. Stand in the middle and DPS, or try to DPS. Ring of Fire. Okay, stand in the middle, or at least try to. I was trying to guide this guy up as well, but it didn't work. But I mean, it's doing some damage. It's doing some damage. 50 kills ish already. Still trying to take damage. Okay, that was not a good Ring of Fire. That was not a good Ring of Fire at all. So I try to get more mobs, and look at that, I found a Condi. So, insta take, go back, kill the first elite, like, yeah, this guy right here. Because I know I can still, like, go all the way up and kill the other ones with Ring of Fire / Condi anyways. So, kill that other one. Then I realize I messed up. Since it is Tragoul, the boss fight's gonna be terrible. So, if this was anything besides a Condi, I think I would have saved it for boss because it was like a 66 or 76% Condi. I don't know. If you get to like close to 75, you might want to save a Pylon. If it's Condi, just take it. It's not gonna be. I mean, Condi can save you because I mean it saved this run, but yeah, like if you spawn something at 75, maybe save it for boss because you'll see. So I realized I messed up, and now I'm trying to like run as fast as I can to maybe spawn something, like maybe spawn another Pylon. You'll see that was not the case, and I even like avoided grabbing the orbs from the Diablo, but didn't work out in my favor anyways. So I'm trying to spawn something, 99. Couldn't do it. Spawned the boss when I didn't want to, but it was Binder. So, as I said, it was probably one of the best case scenarios. Condi is doing the damage. Condi is doing the damage. This is not Nova stricken. No, not even close. This is just Condi doing the damage, and as I said, like Binder is one of the best case scenarios because she starts spawning her ads at like 85% health. So it was enough for Condi alone to make her spawn. So like yeah, right here she started spawning. Now I know I will have quote unquote enough damage, but I mean it's just Tragoul. So physical, you just stun. So it's literally like that. You're gonna stand still, and like the moment she spawns, you curse them, and GG. It's just like this. So if we fast forward, and I can show you, like it's 6:17 right now. If we go all the way here, 8 minutes, I'm still fighting Binder, doing the same thing. Don't worry. The moment she spawns, you curse enemies and you stun on physical while holding 7. It's the same thing. So still doing it. Curse again. Tag the elite. I mean, tag Binder because it's stricken. Stun on physical and GG. Got the clear, right? So I'm gonna show you the gear. And I'll give you like some tips, I guess, or oh, if you don't have this, you can go with this. Like I'm gonna give you some tips about that. So let's just fast forward. Okay, 8 minute 10, too easy. And then okay. So it's a Tragoul. It's a Tragoul build. So at lower guns, you should be using the 5-piece Tragoul and Guardians. Don't go all guilds yet. It's just go Guardians and GG. So because it is actually no, never mind. This is so short, so we kind of need the socket anyway. So yeah, this is actually the GG helmet for the season because normally we don't want a socket. Normally the best one is like intelligence, crit damage, death nova, and vitality instead of a socket. But now since we do use a soul shard, especially the helmet one is the one that has ring of fire, we do need this one. And yeah, helmet, intelligence, crit damage, death nova, socket with a sliver of terror. The best case scenario would be intelligence, but I mean vitality is also good. You can get something bad like all raz or some terrible stuff like this, but I mean this is the best case scenario, especially because of Guardian, so it's kind of big. And the power you want, cast a devastating ring of fire after killing 100 enemies. Now this thing right here, and I was shocked to know that once I show the Paragon points, you know what I'm talking about, but like your cooldowns are increased by 25%. For every skill on cooldown, you take 12.5 reduced damage and deal 12.5 increased damage. So here's the thing. If you want to play like really, not really risky, but way riskier than it can be, or like just to try and squeeze more damage, you can like quote-unquote numlock sims because it is a skill on cooldown, so you will have this. And also, you can, like, this is right before turning to physical, right? It's cold and then physical. You can and probably should, because it will be another skill on cooldown, either spend one charge of Blood Rush or both of them right before physical because it's another skill on cooldown. And then since you're gonna stun them anyways with bone armor, and that's another skill on cooldown. So you're gonna have even more damage just by doing like these things, like auto casting quote unquote sims, wasting your cooldown on Blood Rush for physical, and stunning, you're gonna do it anyway. So okay, that's the helmet. I'm not mad. Mentor of Channeling. Intelligence and Vitality armor and area damage is the best one you could use. I think life here is also playable, but I mean, this one is also, this is the GG one. And gloves, the GG ones, intelligence, crit, area damage, usual. COE. Okay, here's the thing. This attack speed is useless, and I'll show you the Paragon points as well. Like, I totally removed a lot of my attack speed Paragon points, but that was the best COE that I had, believe it or not. Ideally, you want crit area damage. If you have a crit damage isn't bad. If you have crit intelligence isn't bad because of Guardians and lower Gons as well, so that isn't bad. But the GG one is crit area damage. And we suck at Daze because, well, more damage. Funerary Pick. I don't know, did I not have a crafted primal this season? Why did I not do it? I don't know, bro. But yeah, Funerary Pick. The ideal one is damage, intelligence, area damage. Okay, let me just talk about Anguish, Essence of Anguish first. So the one you're looking for is when you deal poison damage to an enemy, they receive 50% increased poison damage from all sources for 10 seconds. Every time you deal poison damage to an enemy, you increase your cooldown reduction and movement speed by 2.5, while damage received is increased by 5% for 10 seconds. This is the best one you can get. But like, for some builds that don't have poison, like, this says from all sources, so if you, I know we get every rune for both Blood Rush and Siphon Blood if we use Tragoul, but you need to use Power Shift. Like, you need to select Power Shift because it's the poison one. If you, even though you have every rune, if you don't pick it, it's not gonna count to like poison damage. I don't know why. But for some builds that don't have poison skills, like let's say a barb or something, you can and probably should roll poison damage on your weapon. I think my Raker had like the perfect weapon. And like it was poison damage because it used Essence of Anguish and stuff. So yeah, this is the best case scenario. And I mean, there's it. On Necro, you don't need, because let's say Bone Spear, you're doing poison damage anyways. For this, you're doing poison damage anyways. But if you don't, like let's say you're playing a wizard that, I don't know, you can even get on your Enchantress as well. If your Enchantress has a poison damage weapon, you will get the cooldown thingy, you get the thingy, so it's just GG. So this Essence of Anguish, just make sure you have poison anywhere and it's gonna be good. So yeah. Boots, Intelligence, Vitality, Armor, and Death Nova should be the GG one. Intelligence, Vitality, Armor, that's the GG one. By the way, we suck at everything, since we are pretty tanky on Tragoul, because of, well, it's Tragoul and Guardians. We just suck at Topaz in our gear as well. The belt, Intelligence, Vitality, Armor, GG. This life one kill is actually kind of good as well. Chest piece, Intelligence, Vitality, Armor. I mean, you could use life as well instead of armor, like on your chest piece, and like I think the belt. Let me just wait. What? 5 seconds is that much? Really? I mean, yeah, there's an argument. There's not an argument to be made. Like, if you really cannot get like an Intelligence, Vitality, Life armor, you could use like all res or something. But no, please try to get this armor thingy. Like, armor is really good. Yeah, this one, GG. Okay, Haunted Visions, everybody's favorite necklace on Necro, right? Ideal, like the ideal perfect one would be physical crit. But again, damage crit is not bad. You could have an ancient one with higher intelligence because, well, as we said already, lower guns, intelligence, guardians, kind of good. So this was the best one I got and it wasn't that bad. Guardian bracers, physical intelligence, vitality crit, GG. Okay, here's the thing. Ring of Granger. You can either cube it or use it in your actual hand. So like, I can never get a good Crispin. The ideal thing here would be a attack speed crit Crispin. That's the perfect one. But since I can never do it, and obviously with like 100% multiplier thingy, since I can never do it, I normally wear Ring of Granger. Yes, I'm missing out on crit chins here, but I have the full multiplier for Crispin. But yeah, Ring of Granger, the one I'm using, it's intelligence, attack speed, crit damage. You could use intelligence, attack speed, crit chance as well. Theoretically, you can use area damage here, but I mean, that's the one I got. And last but not least, Iron Rose. I mean, I'm assuming everybody knows what I mean. Worst case scenario, you can just read it. I'll go back to it. Don't worry. Attacking with Siphon Blood has a 100% chance to cast a free Blood Nova. So, as I said, we just hold down Siphon Blood the entire thingy. And the reason why we stack as we went through in the helmet and boots, it's Death Nova damage that we want. It's not Siphon Blood damage, even though the one skill we're using all the time is Siphon Blood. This thing right here, the auto cast Death Nova, is the one doing the damage. So that's why we stack Death Nova damage instead of Siphon Blood. So this one has damage, intelligence, vitality, crit chance, and Death Nova. This is like the easiest one you can get, but the GG one would be area damage instead of vitality. But since you're probably gonna play this at lower guns, this vitality roll isn't bad. So you can either go vitality, crit chance, Death Nova, or vitality, crit chance, and area damage. That doesn't really matter. By the way, we socket Stricken on the amulet, and we socket Trapped on. I mean, it doesn't matter like where you socket them, but yeah, Stricken, Trapped, and Zaze are the gems we use. This thingy, Simulacrons now drain 1% of max life every second, lasts forever. If they last forever when they don't die, they would just like stay alive doing the free Death Novas from Iron Rose. So there was another piece that I forgot to show, which was, I mean, COE everybody knows. 3 elements on Necro, you just stun on physical, you do more damage. It would have been 200%, but this is the best one I had. Then let me just go to Mantle of Channeling. While channeling Siphon Blood, you do 25% increased damage and take 25 reduced damage. And last but not least, where's Funerary Pick? Yeah. Siphon Blood drains blood from 2 additional targets. Each target takes 300% increased damage from you, unless there was only on one target, then it gains double the increased damage. Like, even this, like 600%, you saw the boss fight was not good at all. So yeah. But this is why, like, this 300% increased damage, when you have, and I will show Cube later, when you have lots of mobs around, this is why we need to target the elites. Because, well, more multipliers. But I mean, that's it. And then let me just go fast forward to skills. I wasn't even using Power Shift. Nice, Matt. But yeah, do use Power Shift here, just to be extra safe. And then Bone Armor Dislocation to stun. Simulacrum Blood and Bone to get 2 sims. Death Nova, Blood Nova. Frailty, you could go, or a Frailty as well. You could. I just like having Early Grave because, well, if I get a shield, it's just like, I'm never gonna run out of, I don't even have the second anymore, but the 10% Iron Rose thingy. Blood Rush Metabolism, since we do get every rune, I don't think it matters, but just like, to be extra safe, just go Metabolism, just to like, I mean, it's just whatever. This one I don't think it matters, but this one does. Go Power Shift. The passives, Final Service, Cheat F, Swift Harvest, I'll get to it in a second. Standalone, to be tanky. Spreading Malediction, if it wasn't clear enough, you do need to curse everything when you're making your pulls and stuff. So yeah, you curse, you do a hit, you move around, you curse, try to get more mobs to before your physical, and then you stun on physical and do your DPS again. So Swift Harvest, right? here we go. For Swift Harvest, I mean, let me show the cube first. But you can see because of the thingy. So hold on, one sec. Where is it? It is here. Okay, so cube, Blood Type Blade, Death Nova deals 400% increased damage for every enemy within 25 yards. That's why we need a lot of enemies around us. Achilles, you could wear Tragoul here and then use Achilles and then cube Mantle of Channeling, but this is like, since I did have a 25% Mantle of Channeling, I just decided to cube Achilles because I didn't have a good one. And as we said before, Crispin, you could wear Crispin and cube Ring of Grandeur, but that's what I did. And I think I'm gonna show Enchantress now, yeah. Enchantress, the usual, like, elemental damage, a shield thingy, and a cheat death, quote-unquote cheat death. But the one thing you're actually looking for, you need to get her to 25k int, you need Aki, you don't need a Ring of Grandeur, but if you do and like wear 2 pieces of Guardian, it's gonna be way easier to get the intelligence cap. Gloves of Worship, kinda good, because 10 minutes of Shrines. Homie Pads, kinda good. I mean, if you think, oh, that's a rip already, you can just press T and you're not gonna get interrupted by mobs. Flavor of Time, a must. You do need this for 1 minute conduits and 2 minute shields and stuff like that. Nems, kinda good. And the Can't Die Relic, because they're not gonna stay alive if you don't have like the pet setup, so yeah. And let's see, what do I do now? Detail, there we go. Okay, now we're back here, hold on. There we go. Okay, so in the Rift, you press potions, right? I'm assuming you're gonna complete the altar or at least be close to it, and you got the first potion thingy. So the first potion thingy should be like, you press potion, you get a random shrine effect. 182 is the one breakpoint you kind of need to have like the optimal damage, so to say. The way you do this is, well, I'm gonna show it right here. I had Frenzy during that riff. With Frenzy, you need to be 182. And if I remember correctly, in town, and by in town I mean like without Frenzy Shrine, you do need 1.49 attacks per second. And the way we do this, especially because I had like attack speed COE and attack speed Ring of Grandeur, the way I did it, the way I managed to do it was, okay, this is just Paragon points, you don't even need Essence, you don't need Vitality, but you could use it if you really want to. Move speed and just full dump intelligence, but here is the thing. Hold on, go back, Matt. Okay, offense. Since I did have those 2 rows of attack speed, I just removed my points and just like, oh, I still have too many. Oh, just remove points until you get 149. That is that easy. And this is the one thing I forgot that I did. Like, as we said before, if you have more skills on cooldown, you do have more damage. I was quote-unquote smart enough to remove the points from the Paragon thingy, but I forgot to spam Sims and the other skills. So I mean, mad moment, but I mean not that terrible, I guess. But yeah, you could do this if you want to play that a riskier version, because I mean, if you die after just casting Sims, since you're not playing Bone Spear, which resets Sims anyways, you are kind of screwed, dude, unless you get a channeling like 1 second after. But I mean, it's gonna be really hard to do that. But yeah, you could do the cooldown thingy or not, it's up to you. It is more damage, but yeah, it's kind of riskier. And then yeah, that's I just showed that I got like 182 again, and that was it. That's the leaderboard thingy. I think LeBron played Rathma. I don't remember, but it was a rank 1 at the time, quite a lot actually, and it was a 2k gun. So a sub 10 clear without any pylons for boss, and I'll tell you why you need it again. Like a sub 10 clear in 2k guns on Tragoul, like bro, my gear isn't even that perfect, and it was still like a really good clear without a pylon for boss. The reason why we need a pylon for boss is, I mean, let me just go back to the boss thingy. So as I said before, we do more damage. Like This is just Condi doing the damage. I don't think I can have a clip of just me doing. Yeah, this is my damage. I know it's not on physical right now, but this is my damage. I do nothing. In theory, and this is my damage on physical, it's still nothing. In theory, what you should do is you spawn the boss on the same floor you save the pylon, and then like you stack stricken for God knows how long. I don't know if you're trying to time attack, if you're just trying to get one clear. If you're just trying to get one clear, let's say you have a power, like try to stack stricken for until the last minute, and then you click power, and with the ads you're gonna get from pylon, you're just gonna, I mean, assuming how long you stack stricken before, you're just gonna destroy the boss. So yeah, if you're just trying to play safe, try to take power in the last minute, like channeling in the last minute, and maybe, depending on the boss, maybe you can take shield in the last 2 minutes. But I mean, yeah, that's why you kind of need to save a pylon for boss. It's gonna be way better than this, believe in me, bro. It's night and day the difference. I was too lucky that I got binder there, and I managed to spawn the ads with the Condi. But yeah, that is it for Necro. I might make a video on it on a con, because bro, my account clear, I had to rewatch to like remember how good the season theme was, and I was shocked to see how good a con was. Like, my riff was terrible. I know I had Condi and power for boss, but I was doing so much damage to the boss even without the power. I was like, bro, what? So a con will be coming as well, don't worry. But in the meantime, that was it, and hope you guys are ready for season 36, I guess. See you all next time. Peace, GG's.